What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So heading to 𝐒𝐏𝐻𝐑𝐓 for Nations Cup Round 2 2021 exhibition season. So let's get started with this race. Circuit, I really love this circuit for a fact that you got to do a lot of overlays, you got to use throttle and the brakes same time to get the overlaying done. So you get a better XZ, you can the long sweeping corners. So about the lobby that I docked in, it was A, S and B drivers, so somewhere around 29, 28 to 32k, somewhere around that. So similar skills level, I guess. And during qualifying, I just wanted to find myself a good space where I I don't have to worry about the guy ahead. So by saying that, I managed to get a decent space for my first lap, and then the Britain ahead kinda distracted me a lot because I was worrying about him, then I was focusing about my lapping, my driving, because throughout the corners he took weird lines. I don't know he missed the apex or no, but it kind ruined my exits because I had to back off a throttle a lot when it comes to the my actual racing line. So even in here I couldn't really get onto the throttle. As you could see, it puts me on a vulnerable situation where I had to take wider lines to avoid hitting him, avoid ruining his qualifying. And because of all that things, I decided to back off on that lap and then start another lap by my own to try and get a decent lap on board, so we could just I mean, my goal was to get into 157's lows, but unfortunately in here I dipped my right wheel onto the gravel and then it kinda ruined my lap. I guess I lost somewhere around 4 tenths or half a second for sure on that, and because of that my tires were dirty, and then SS wasn't so great too. So managed to put a lap 158.3, which is good enough to get 11th position in this lobby, which is not the way that we planned. So it was kind of unfortunate for me that I got stuck in that lap 1 behind the Britain, but things are gonna get worse if we are about to watch the incident here. The Briton was serving his penalty for a jump start, and then he was not even ghosted. I don't know why. So usually in this game, when someone jump start, it goes the car. And to add it to the incident, I was kind of punted. It wasn't punted, it was just more of a racing incident, but it was so unlucky that the guys behind were on a full throttle while I was taking the curve, and then they tapped my rear, and then rest in peace to me, complete rip off for me. And then by the time I got back to the track and start the race, I was 12 seconds away from the last place, P19. And jumping into the lap 2, someone decided to quit, promoting us P19, and then we are in a decent distance with the P18, and we got yellows up. So no clue what happened. Let's see through the straights, and we kinda missed the exit there, but somehow we managed to stick into this guy, the Italian driver on Corvette, which is very interesting choice for this track because it was not the greatest car, but and proving that to us, he just went too wide. That Corvette is way too heavy for the tires, and then definitely not for this track. Somehow we managed to stick it to P17, and at the end of lap mid of lap 4th, we are gonna catch up the German on Mazda again. He did the same mistake the Italian did, and we had to take a so quick action to avoid him, otherwise it would have ended up in a much more worse way. But so far after that massive incident, we within 6 laps we managed to get in to right behind P15, which is 𝐒𝐏𝐻𝐑𝐓, whom I had a great race in here with, and he just went too wide there, and he had to sacrifice his entry. Because of that, he decided to back off and then to fight another day. So all this action promoted me to P15, which is not a bad recovery at all after that massive incident. Of course, I was 11 seconds away from from the P19. Now I'm sitting on P15 with P12 inside my grid, so we might be able to push the car a bit. But the thing that I have to keep in mind, I'm on a Porsche which is good with tire wear, but this is the stage that I could, oh, we got a P14 when completely went off. I guess the same incident happened, but it kind of distracted me, and then 𝐶𝐏𝐓 managed to sneak to do a nice sneaky move from the inside. So I was worrying about him and the Spaniard who spin out. So whatsoever, it just 𝐶𝐏𝐓 played really fair, very tricky there, and then he got himself P14 back. But we got another yellow up, which is the, I think it's the Spaniard who's on a Ford. I mean, 2 or 3 very interesting car choices here, but because of that incident, I believe 𝐶𝐏𝐓 got the really poor exit. And as you can see here in the TV camera angle, we are racing so hard at this point for that P12, and he got a poor exit, but he managed to cover up inside, and then I had to back off there. I didn't want to go side by side through the SS. I just had to back off there a bit, and then to fight another day. And somehow I don't want to battle too hard and to waste my tires. As you can see, my tires are not in ideal situation at this point because of all this fightings and pushing, because I had to do it. I had no other choice to get back to the race, at least to finish in between 15 or 16. But now we are in such a good situation. Again, 𝐶𝐏𝐓 got a tiny bit of poor exit, but somehow he managed to keep that position. We decided again not to fight and let him go and just catch P11, and from that we could capitalize into P10. So we are playing clever here rather than racing way too hard. But yeah, one thing that I had to keep in my mind, my tires, because I knew that at this point because I was doing practice races, and RCC was actually really weird with the tires for me, but Porsche did it for me. But I was pushing way too hard, as I was saying, and it kind of ruined my tires. And someone started pitting at lap 8, so it promoted us to P10 for a temporary. But 𝐶𝐏𝐓 again did a great move from inside and got his P11 back. So throughout this race, myself and 𝐶𝐏𝐓 being side by side and fighting for the positions from P16 to P11 now. And again, he got a very poor exit throughout there. No clue what happened, but yeah, I guess he's suffering with the tires too. But so far he seems to be driving kind of slow, but as a result of that, we are battling for 11th position nearly 4 laps now. So it's been 4 laps we've been battling for this 11th position. Hopefully we'll be. And again, once again, he got a poor exit, and then we managed, and he kind of gave up on that position, I believe, because he didn't even defend that. He just let me go. So fair play to him. And now it's my job to go and catch P10 somehow if I could. So it would be a great result after that massive incident in lap 1. So let's hope. P10 seems to be closing up, and by lap 9, but this is where the Mazda strikes. And in here it was once again he just went wide and he cut me off right away. I was almost there, but I had to brake harder than I supposed to, kind of ruined my exit there. Managed to pull a great grab from, even though he made a mistake. So it was kind I don't know what to say. I mean, I was there. Like a moment ago I was about to catch him. Now he managed to. I think this is because Mazda kicked in with that great tire wear towards the end of the race. So, and because of that mistake, I couldn't really save the tires. But and again, lap number 9, someone is on the pit. So it's very questionable for me that either people didn't study the race, or else it's just that not the car that they expected to behave. Or so for whatever the reason that people are like really pitting. So again, promoted to P10 now. I mean, even though we didn't make a position, we gained a position by someone going to the pit. So this kind of seems like alright. Even though we had a messy race at the end, we managed to get a great recovery. Jumping into lap 11. Now again, 𝐶𝐏𝐓 is right back on us. I mean, he is gaining and gaining, and he was gaining. I mean, he was nowhere a while ago. I guess he was doing the tire saving or whatever. So now it's all about saving this P10 if we can, because as you can see, my tires are in literally on a worse situation comparing to others. I believe if you see the guy ahead, he drives really smooth, and by myself I'm all over the place now because of that spin I couldn't really drive smooth. I was pushing the car way too much. I was trying my best to catch up instead of try saving, and this kind of ruins everything to me. For me, it's all about saving this P10 now. So again, we are closing up to the master, but when it comes to the straights and when it comes to the exits, you can see the tire wear difference. I mean, he was just flying throughout the corners. I mean, especially through the exits, that shows the difference in tire wear. And by saying that, 𝐶𝐏𝐓 managed to get P10 again, and then I didn't wanted to fight back there. I just wanted to get the cut back, so his exit is compromised, but unfortunately he parked it on the apex. So well played to him. Really good driving there. He just parked it on the apex, and we had nowhere to go. We had to back out, and then also we tapped him slightly, but because of that we also lose a lot of exit speed. So 𝐶𝐏𝐓 now chasing out P9, the British driver, and then we are trying to get back to him, and then doing that I dip my wheel into the gravel. My right wheel just struck the gravel. It cut off a lot of exit speed, and it slows me down also. Now I have to be super careful. I have worn tires plus dirty tires to going through this SS. So jumping into the lap 14, guys, nothing would happen. As you can see, I was literally suffering towards the end of the race, because when it comes to lap 10, lap 11, I felt really bad to driving this car. I mean, because of the tires, that it was completely gone. Porsche, I mean, lucky I was on a Porsche. Actually, if it was another car, I could have made a massive mistake. So I'm glad that I chose Porsche to do this race. However, now 𝐶𝐏𝐓 is almost getting P9, and he was battling with P9, but P9, the British driver, is not giving up with that position, and we are still in here P11. We couldn't do any much, and we don't have the tires to go and attack or whatsoever, to do something in here. So I guess this is it. I mean, we have to settle for P11 now, but it wasn't really bad for us comparing to the early stage mistake we have done. I mean, it wasn't our mistake, it wasn't our fault. It's just pure bad luck from the launch to the spin that we hit. And after all these things, I thought I'll do one more race. I think I do have enough pace to be in podium here, and then this happened. So this was the last slot I had. This was the last slot, guys. I had 3 slots. I just pinned 1 slot, and this is the last slot, and then there were no more races to be done. So it was very unfortunate for us, but however, it was great recovery, I guess. For me at least, I'm very happy about the recovery. So thank you very much for watching. I hope your races goes well, and I really wish you a great week ahead.